On a typical Wednesday morning, a 71-year-old woman in Ohio was sitting at her kitchen table, expecting her usual federal deposit, but the money never arrived. There was no advance warning, no phone call, and no letter in the mail. Her bank account just showed a zero where her benefit payment should have been. She had paid all her bills on time and followed all the rules. Her only mistake was overlooking a minor update that millions of retirees nationwide are currently unaware of this year in 2026. By the time folks realize there is a problem, it is usually too late to stop the fallout. Keep watching for the next few minutes, because by the end of our time together, you will understand exactly what is shifting with direct deposits this year. You will learn why these updates are catching people by surprise, and you will discover the exact steps you need to take to keep your money secure, punctual, and safe from bad actors. Before we dive into the details, make sure you subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell. Today, we are breaking down the upcoming direct deposit transitions that threaten to delay or completely block your federal payments this June. I monitor this specific type of government shift very closely, saving you the time and stress of doing it yourself. Beginning in June 2026, anyone still relying on a physical paper check for their federal benefits will see those deliveries halt. The government will not mail a backup check, and no magical automatic transfer will take its place. Your funds simply will not show up. Official government numbers reveal that right now, less than 1% of recipients are still getting physical checks. That tells us the vast majority of you watching have already transitioned to electronic payments. But here lies the hidden trap. Moving to digital payments and doing so properly, with fully verified account details, are two very different realities. In the space between those two realities, three distinct policy changes are crashing together before the close of June 2026. Every single one of them will impact your money. Let us look at the first shift, which is the absolute deadline for mandatory electronic enrollment. This sounds like standard government red tape, but it holds the most immediate danger for your wallet. Consider a retired home health worker from Columbus, Ohio, named Patricia. She is 71 and had been getting her paper check delivered to the exact same house for 11 years. When she was switched over to electronic transfers 3 years ago, she just assumed her information was perfectly fine. Unfortunately, it was not. The specific bank account she linked had been shuttered after her bank merged with another company. Patricia did not make any conscious errors, yet her June payment simply vanished. For decades, the system dispensing federal benefits relied on printing checks, stuffing envelopes, and mailing them out. It was a sluggish and costly process. According to the government's own public statistics, a physical check is 16 times more likely to be stolen, lost, or fraudulently cashed compared to a digital direct deposit. Nobody is arguing with those facts. They are the entire justification for this massive shift. The authorities have been pushing seniors toward direct deposit for a long time. What makes June 2026 so critical is that this is the final stop. The entire infrastructure for printing and mailing checks is being dismantled. The end goal is strictly 0% paper checks. They are not just cutting back, they are ending it completely. For the small handful of folks still holding out, this is a firm deadline, not a gentle recommendation. Here is what everyone needs to grasp right now. For a retiree on a strict budget who desperately needs that check on the exact right day, digital deposits are genuinely more secure and easier to track than the mail. For the wealthier senior who just liked getting a paper check as a backup habit, this new rule rips that choice away entirely. Verifying your digital enrollment status right now is the only method to guarantee your funds arrive. Every single recipient must double-check their details before June hits, not after. The biggest mistake you can make is assuming that just because your last few payments arrive safely, your account is perfectly verified in the government's eyes. If your bank updated its routing numbers, or if you recently closed an old checking account, you might have a broken link in the government's database, and they will not warn you about it. You will only find out your enrollment expired when your money fails to clear. And this flows right into our second major update, because the actual process of confirming your bank details has now become a massive target for criminals. Update 2 focuses on the new bank verification rules. This stricter verification process is exactly where the greatest risk hides right now. The government agencies are not going to give you a warning about this. The official rules require retirees to verify their routing details, account numbers, and identities using a secure channel. There is nothing new about that requirement. What is new is that con artists have studied this exact process inside and out, and they are mimicking it perfectly. Here is their playbook. You get a phone call from someone claiming to be a representative from the agency sending your money. They tell you that because of the June 2026 deadline, you have to verify your banking details immediately, or your next payment will be blocked. They already know your name. They might even know the last few digits of your bank account. They sound incredibly professional, and they act like every second counts. Then, they ask you to give them your full routing number, your account number, or a text message verification code they just sent to your mobile phone. Take a second right now and look at your real bank account on your phone or a checkbook, not an old paper statement, but your active account. Look closely at that routing number, because who is legally allowed to ask you for it is the absolute most critical lesson in this entire video. A real federal agency will always contact you through the postal service to verify an account. They will never call you out of the blue, text you, or send an email. If a phone call happens, fraud is on the other end of the line. If someone calls you claiming your money will be stopped unless you confirm your financial numbers, you are not talking to the government. That is the trap. The gold standard rule is simple. You must be the one to start the contact. Real agencies will never cold call you for this information. In fact, fraud investigators with the Social Security Administration have mapped out a specific four-part pattern that appears in almost every single scam. They call it the 4 Ps: pretend, problem, pressure, and payment. First, the thief will pretend to be an official agent. Next, they manufacture a crisis, like a locked benefit or a flagged account. Once you are worried, they apply intense pressure by giving you a short deadline, usually just a day or two. Finally, they demand the payment or data, your account details, social security number, or a code. Every single one of these scams uses that exact checklist. If your phone call follows that path, hang up immediately. Because of these threats, I wanted to make things easier for you. I gathered all the special refunds, breaks, and tax exemptions that most retirees qualify for, but completely miss out on. I sorted them state by state and form by form so you do not have to waste hours scrolling through confusing government websites. It is simple, fast, and covers the money you are likely leaving on the table. It is called the Senior Exemption Playbook, and I have placed it in the very first pinned comment right underneath this video. Just click it to get your copy. Now do not go anywhere, because this final change creates the most hazardous window of all, and it is the main reason I am speaking to you today. Update 3 is the complete restructuring of the payment schedule. Almost nobody has been clearly warned about this update, making it the absolute most perilous of the three. The threat isn't what it does to your funds, but rather the perfect opportunity it hands to bad actors. Under the old paper check system, your money arrived on the exact same date every single month. Retirees built their entire household budgets around that specific calendar day, timing their rent, utilities, and prescriptions perfectly. But the new fully digital framework completely reshuffles these dates. Many of you will see your benefits clear on a totally different day than you have been used to for years. This isn't a system failure, and it doesn't mean your payment was lost. It is simply because electronic processing calendars operate differently than physical mail delivery schedules. This matters immensely because of the confusion window it creates. Those 2 or 3 days when your money hasn't arrived and you don't know why is prime time for scammers. They anticipate this gap and capitalize on it deliberately. They call right when a senior is feeling anxious, swoop in with a fake solution, and the trap snaps shut. Furthermore, electronic account changes that used to take a full month to process now finalize in as little as 1 business day. While that speed is great when you need a legitimate change made fast, it also means a criminal can reroute your funds almost instantly. The window to catch a mistake after the fact is smaller than it has ever been. You won't find warnings about this window in any official mail, so here is your personal protection protocol. First, verify your enrollment status. Go directly to the official government benefits website. Never click a link from an email or text message. Search for the official enrollment verification page to ensure your current details are accurate. Second, make sure your routing and account numbers are completely current. If you switched banks in the last year and a half, log into your portal to verify the correct numbers are saved on file. Third, pinpoint your new delivery date. Look up the official restructured disbursement schedule online rather than trusting a caller. Write down your new date and set a reminder on your calendar. Fourth, practice the 3-day rule. If your money isn't there on the expected date, wait 3 full business days before doing anything. Most digital processing delays resolve themselves within this window, and acting too quickly is exactly how scammers catch you off guard. Fifth, if you must make a call, only use the phone number printed on your official benefit card or existing government paperwork. Never trust a phone number given by an incoming caller or a random internet search that could be a fake listing. Creating a personal profile on the official Social Security website is another excellent safeguard if you haven't done it yet. Once your account is active, any changes to your address or routing details will trigger an instant alert sent straight to your phone or email. This ensures that if a criminal tries to hijack your funds, you catch them right away instead of finding out weeks down the road when your money goes missing. It also blocks scammers from creating a fake account using your identity, since you already claimed your spot. If the setup process feels intimidating, ask a loved one to spend 15 minutes helping you navigate it. Once the profile is live, it works silently in the background to shield your money without requiring any extra effort from you. Make it a regular habit to review your bank balance around your usual deposit date every month. Most folks know exactly when their money typically arrives. If that date passes and your account is empty, don't just sit back and guess it's a minor delay. Contact your bank immediately to see if there is an issue on their side. If they have no record of the deposit, reach out to the federal agency using a verified number you looked up yourself. Reporting a missing payment quickly makes it much simpler to trace and fix. Let us be completely honest about one thing. Criminals rely on isolating you. They want you making panicked decisions by yourself without anyone to consult. If you have a trusted relative or friend who assists with your finances, tell them which bank you use. Make a pact right now that if either of you gets a call from someone claiming to represent the government, you will talk to each other before giving up any information. That single rule strips away the scammer's biggest advantage before they can even try to exploit you. That is your entire safety blueprint. A retiree who checks their account in early June and notices a missing deposit will know exactly what is happening, how long they should wait, and how to handle it safely. That knowledge transforms a terrifying crisis into a perfectly normal day. None of this demands that you become a tech wizard or panic whenever your phone rings. It just requires the exact same caution you would show if a stranger knocked on your front door and asked for your house keys. You wouldn't hand those keys over just because they sounded important. Your banking details deserve that identical level of protection. Verify your profile, track your delivery date, and recognize the scam patterns. The system won't look out for you. You have to look out for yourself.